You're watching South Asia Newsline, and here are the top stories we are tracking for you on Wednesday, the 30th of October. Canada alleges Indian Minister Amit Shah behind plot to target Khalistanis. Pakistan's Lahore and India's capital among world's most polluted cities. And ancient cities in Nepal and India decked up ahead of Diwali. And now for all the details. The Canadian government has levelled major allegation on the Indian government, accusing India's Home Minister Amit Shah behind the plots to target Sikh separatists on Canadian soil. US-based media outlet The Washington Post in its report had claimed Shah and a senior official in RAW authorized the attacks, information of which was shared with India's NSA Ajit Doval by the Canadian officials. Canada's Deputy Foreign Affairs Minister David Morrison said to a parliamentary panel on Tuesday that he told the US-based newspaper that Shah was behind the plots. The journalist called me and asked if Shah was that person. I confirmed it was that person, Morrison told the committee without providing further details or evidence. While the Canadian government in past has linked the Indian government behind the killing of Khalistani terrorist Hardeep Singh Nijjar, the Tuesday's allegation is first time Ottawa has named anyone. The Indian government has dismissed Canada's prior accusations as baseless, denying any involvement. Meanwhile, India's Defence Minister Rajnath Singh on Wednesday began his two-day visit to Tawang in Arunachal Pradesh, where he will interact with soldiers stationed along the India-China border and unveil a Museum of Valour. Ahead of the visit, he posted on X that he was looking forward to meeting the armed forces personnel deployed in the forward area. In the last few years, Tawang has become one of the focal points of friction between India and China. Their troops clashed in the region in 2022, leading to injuries on both sides. The visit also comes as the disengagement process between the Indian and Chinese troops initiated a few days ago is almost over in Depsang and Demchok, according to defense sources. The two sides last week reached a deal in patrolling along the line of actual control, considered to be a major breakthrough in the ending of military standoff, which began in May 2020 in Ladakh. Moving on. Air quality in Pakistan's Lahore and Indian capital New Delhi has reached alarming levels, making them some of the most polluted cities globally. The situation is leading to health issues amongst the residents. A report.
With the AQI air quality index surpassing 700 mark on Tuesday, Pakistan's Lahore topped the list of most polluted cities in the world, according to Swiss group IQ Air. Air quality deteriorates in eastern Pakistan and parts of northern India in cooler months, as temperature inversion traps pollution closer to the ground. Though pollution levels decreased comparatively to nearly 300 on Wednesday, residents in Lahore complained difficulty in breathing and irritation in eyes.
इसमें गले का इन्फेक्शन हो रहा है और आंखों में जलन हो रही है और बड़ी प्रॉब्लम है लोगों को, इससे बड़े मसले हैं, बीमारियां बहुत हो रही हैं, बच्चों को बड़े मसले हैं, चेस्ट के बड़े मसले हैं इससे। तो कोई बारिश का हो जाए सिलसिला अल्लाह ताला की तरफ से, तो कोई मेहरबानी हो जाए।
Meanwhile, a day ahead of the Diwali festival, which is typically celebrated with fireworks, a thin layer of smog covered India's national capital on Wednesday, with the AQI roughly 273 early in the morning. Pollution is a growing problem in India, with authorities grappling to tackle the issue, especially in Delhi, as heavy air traps vehicle emissions, smoke and dust, leaving some of the residents struggling to breathe.
पोल्यूशन का इतना बुरा हाल है, बारिश हो जाए थोड़ा अच्छा रहता है, बट इतनी दिक्कतें, सब लोग बीमार से हो रहे हैं। पोल्यूशन की कोई समस्या का हल कोई कर नहीं रहा है। अभी सुबह हम मॉर्निंग वॉक के लिए निकलते हैं, थोड़ा अच्छी हवा चलती है, बाकी दिन भर तो बाहर निकलने का कोई, बाहर निकलोगे खांसी जुकाम, हर एक इंसान जो दिल्ली का बीमार ही पड़ा हुआ है।
Afghanistan will not allow its soil to be used against Pakistan, Taliban-appointed Chargé Affairs Mawlawi Sardar Ahmad Shakeeb said on Tuesday as he addressed a seminar in Islamabad. Shakeeb said both countries are facing security challenges, though they wish for peace, security and stability in the region. He said Kabul is trying to persuade Islamabad that some non-state elements are behind the infiltration in Pakistan and stressed that it's not the policy of Kabul to support non-state elements. Pakistan has repeatedly accused Taliban of providing support or safe haven to militant groups targeting Pakistan. Islamabad alleges that Taliban-led administration in Afghanistan is turning a blind eye to or actively aiding groups like the Tehrik-i-Taliban Pakistan, which has intensified attacks on Pakistani security forces in recent months. The Taliban leadership has repeatedly denied these claims, maintaining that Afghanistan's territory would not be used for cross-border militancy. Meanwhile, India on Tuesday at a meeting of the India-Sri Lanka Joint Working Group on Fisheries in Colombo reiterated its call for the earliest release of Indian fishermen and their boats under Sri Lankan custody. A statement said India flagged concern over imposition of long sentences and heavy fines and stressed the need to uphold established understandings and modalities on issues related to fishermen. The two sides agreed to meet regularly and continue to have comprehensive discussions on the issues related to fishermen and find long-lasting solutions. This comes as Sri Lankan Navy has so far arrested 462 Indian fishermen this year. The prolonged dispute over fishing rights has been a source of tension between India and Sri Lanka for many years as they share an expensive oceanic border without any perceptible demarcation. The ancient cities of Ayodhya in India and Janakpur in Nepal, the birthplaces of Hindu Lord Ram and his wife goddess Sita, are all decked up ahead of Diwali, the festival of lights. Take a look.
Nepal's Janakpur, considered the birthplace of goddess Sita, the wife of Hindu Lord Ram, is all decked up and preparations are in full swing ahead of Diwali, the festival of lights. Locals and visitors to the ancient city were on a shopping spree on Tuesday as they marked the Dhanteras festival, during which people buy jewelry and utensils ahead of Diwali. The head priest of the Janki temple highlighted this year's celebrations to be special after idol of Lord Ram in his newly built grand temple in India's Ayodhya was consecrated earlier this year.
जो यहाँ की एक संस्कृति है, राम जी का घर बना है और जो एक खुशहाली है, इस शुभ अवसर पर पूरे जनकपुर में खास करके जानकी मंदिर में खूब भव्य से दीपोत्सव होगी और हम लोग भी दिवाली खूब भव्य से मनाएंगे.
Meanwhile, thousands of women performed Aarti, a Hindu fire ritual, on Tuesday at the banks of Saryu River in India's Ayodhya city ahead of Diwali. Diwali is celebrated with great fervor and gaiety all over India as it marks the return of Hindu Lord Ram to Ayodhya, believed to be his birthplace, after he defeated Ravan, the demon king of Lanka. Lighting earthen lamps signifies welcoming Lord Ram to Ayodhya after his 14-year exile and symbolizes the victory of good over evil.
That's all in tonight's edition. We will see